My name is Lou, or Luke, either's fine. It's a very long story. Um, and I work at a company called tldraw. We're like a 8.5, 9.5, a loose count startup here in London. I'm also a researcher in residence at a place called Ink and Switch. I should go look it up. And today I want to tell you, basically walk you through a story, like a crazy thing that happened to me at the end of last year and is still going on now, which is why I'm right here right now. Right? Okay, and so tldraw, that's our product. It's our like our library. But today I want to show you about an experiment that I made called Make Real. Make Real. All right. But first of all, tldraw is this library, right? It's an SDK for building like whiteboard or canvas-like products, right? And it's built using React, but you can attach it to like any sorts of renderer you want. And we've done all of like these really annoying things, like getting everything to work right. Like you can have this nice like inky pen that you put down. Like we spent a long time making that look splodgy, right? And like the arrows, like we've put in way too much time to the arrows, so they're like, okay. But I won't bore you with that, right? There's something you've got to know about tldraw. We're not like other canvases, you know. We're different because this is for people to build on top of, right? Like we're not building this for us, or we kind of are, but like we're building this for other people to use. So everything on the canvas is just using web technology. So you see here, I've got like an embedded iframe of a YouTube video. It's one of mine. But these you can interact with like any other shape on the canvas. Like you can rotate them. You can drag arrows towards. This is foreshadowing, by the way. And if I actually like open the console, like I can really look. I can see like this is just. That's a link, right? This is web technology, but instead of being like a tree, it's on a canvas. You following so far? Good. Right, so that was foreshadowing. Here's some more foreshadowing. On the 14th of March, 2023, this guy called Greg Brockman, who's the was the VP of OpenAI, put out this little video where he shows that you can like draw a picture. I'm not going to show you the full 24-minute video. You can draw a picture of a website, and he's done his joke website. Take a picture of it using a multimodal model, which is like the worst terminology ever because it's so hard to say. A multimodal model, an AI model, a large language model in this case, that works with vision. So you can feed it text like any other model, but you can also give it an image, right? And what happened was it turned this terrible drawing into a terrible website, right? Then nothing happened for many, many months until the 6th of November, 2023, where they made this available for people to try out. But then nothing happened until well, actually, 24 hours later, this lovely guy called Sawyer Hood, who I spoke to for the first time this week, he's such a lovely guy, like a massive like surfer dude guy. He used to work at Figma, and he decided to build this prototype where you can draw something on the tldraw canvas. Like you can draw a little website, and then hit this button called, I think, Make Real, and it turns it into a functional website, which was pretty cool for us. Like I was watching from the sidelines, like I was really happy that someone was able to use the tldraw library for this. Unfortunately, on that day, I was not doing such fun stuff. I was like fixing bugs, right? Because like all of this is like geometry work with arrows and stuff. Really. So look, you can like make a 0-length arrow like this, and then like if you drag it out, that used to crash the canvas. So that's what I was doing that day. I was like not having a lot of fun at all. But the following week, my boss gave me a little reward, I guess. Like, hey, we've done loads of bug fixes. We've got some new customers. We had some new investment coming in. So normally my to-do list is really, really long. But this week my to-do list was just make to-do list. Nailed it. get 200 likes on Twitter, and a call with Gitbook, and they're really lovely. So what that basically means is just have fun for a week. And so like I think I'm pleased to be here at this event today and this week. That's about joy and fun. So what I really wanted to do was take Sawyerhood's demo and see if I could make a website just by drawing a picture. So I tried this, okay? And there's this button at the top right, make reel. And you can see I've got lots of different make reels, just in case different AI services go down, right? So, okay. And do you see what's happened here? Do you see, I've just got like this drawing of some shapes and some text, right? And it's turned it into this functioning website. And I can actually like click it. These are real buttons, right? Like this is HTML, right? And the thing that I did, the change I made to Sawyer's demo was I put I put this back onto the canvas, right? Instead of this website opening up in a different window, it's back on the canvas, and it's like interactable, and you can like copy the HTML, and here's all the HTML for it. And an AI has just done this, like right now. And okay, so what happened was I got a very cute message from my boss that evening. Thank you, Steve. He says 200 likes achieved. Well done. And you know, he gave me the week to do it, and I did it in a day. So I asked for a raise, and he said no. Bastard. Anyway, so I got thinking the next day, like about when you're doing this, and I think this is something that happens with AI a lot. Like there's hundreds and hundreds of products coming out about this at the moment. What you do is you make something to send to the AI, and then it does the work for you, and it sends it back, and that's the end. And if it works, it makes a great demo. If it doesn't, then it's game over, and you have to like maybe go back to the original thing you send, reset everything, and send it off again. And it's kind of like replacing you, right? It's kind of replacing your work. And it's not very fun. So I got thinking about like, could we like make this more of a loop, right? Could we involve you in this process some more? So this is what I tried. Oh, wait, yeah. Here it is. This is what I tried. Okay, so this is me drawing a little UI right now. I'm going to make like a little review form. So I'm going to have that like that. Maybe like a submit button here. Yeah, that's good. I'll make it blue because buttons are blue for some reason. And then I'm going to click make real. And I'm going to hit a few times just to increase my chances of it working. Right, great, didn't need to. So look at this. It's made some HTML and it's put it on my canvas. And I can type in this and say, it's great. It's great. Submit. I don't know where it submitted it to, whatever. But like, okay, I cherry picked this example, right? And I think over the next few years, you're going to see more and more and more and more AI demos. And they're always cherry picked because they pick the ones that work. But I've picked this because it doesn't work. Do you see the mistake? Do you see what it's done with the submit button? Like, I know it's just very bad at doing this, right? It's made it fill the whole thing. So I want to show you that this isn't game over. You can now draw on top of this. And this was the key new like innovation here. So like, I mean, like one thing I could do is like, I don't know, like draw green on top. I'm going to, with my beautiful drawing on the spot, and I'm going to see if it can do that. Like another thing I could do is, oh, look at that. That's pretty cool, right? That's nice. Right. Okay. Another thing I'm going to try and do is, let's say like add a cancel button here, make it red, and a submit here. Right. Let's see what happens. Anything could happen. Do you think? Right. Okay. So this was like the penny drop moment, right? Like this is not just sending something off to an AI and getting it back. This is a feedback loop where you can continue to draw on top and work on these things. And we put this out there last year, and we saw just people go wild with this. Like people were having like 1 hour long sessions where like developing was less about writing code and was less about sending off something to an AI and just asking it to do it. It was this like collaborative process. Anyway, this one went crazy. It went absolutely mad. And we began to learn a lot about what it can do. So like one thing I realized is that if you can actually give it multiple screens, right? And then here's one I made earlier. Like so someone got that joke. Like it's made this website with breakpoints, right? We realized that you could draw diagrams of state machines. We saw people draw diagrams of their server infrastructure and databases with this. And what happens is you can draw with as much fidelity or as little fidelity as you want. You could just say, I want a stopwatch. I don't actually care how it works. Or I'm going to select only the state machine, or I'm going to select this UI, or I'm going to create something from all of them together. And up here I have like different examples of the things you can get. Like here's a very simple stopwatch. It's just counting up. It doesn't give me a lot. But like if I give it some specific UI, like it will, this one doesn't work, right? It's just the UI. It doesn't have this behavior because I didn't give it this state machine as well, showing how it should work. Like here's a more complex one. It has our UI and our behavior, except look, I cherry picked this one because it does it badly. Do you see it's counting up instead of counting down? So like, of course, what you do is, you just tell it, right? It's not the end there. And this is going to be so important. Like as AI is swooping into more and more of our products, how can we let the user take more of a role, right? Like, let's just try some crazy ones now. There's no way this works, right? Let's try that one. No way this one works. Get your bets in. Basketball, I don't know, that one won't work. Let's see if it can make tldraw in tldraw. A terminal. Oh, this is something I just made for my D&D group this week because none of them ever remember their dice. Right. Okay. So these are going to work away in the background because I've used the powerful one for these. But like, remember Greg Brockman, right? He retweeted our stuff, and I asked my boss again for a raise, and he said no. The last sort of 6 months have been absolutely mad. Like gone around telling all sorts of people about it, going to all sorts of different places. The funny thing is, we're not an AI company. We're a canvas company, right? We build this canvas, and I've never done AI before like November last year, never in my life. But what I do know a lot about is like UX and how to make interactions feel nice. So if I wait for these servers to boot up. So I'm using like an unofficial endpoint for this experiment. Right, here we go. Right. So I think we're all used to seeing image generation now. I see it in like every single presentation today. Have you noticed that? Right, but like a lot of the time you're just typing some words and you get something back. There's no way of you as a user to have any interaction with that. And that to me doesn't feel very empowering, right? Whoa, right. I would like us to think of ways of allowing the user to have more of a direct influence over what's happening, right? And sometimes that might mean using different. Do you see what's happening here? Right. By the way, do you see what's happening? I think I may be killing their servers a little bit. I want us to think of ways of letting the user have more of a direct manipulation of the content that AI is giving out. Let's see if these have made anything. Right. Did this one work? Well, that's not quite red, is it? But that is pretty blue. Copy to clipboard. Copy to clip. Did that work? Right, it worked. Let's see. There's no way this one worked. I can feel the tension. All right. What the what the hell? Right. Let's see. Did it make this? This is sometimes a riskier one. Pick red. Pick the pencil. So the eraser doesn't work, so I still have a job, right? And JavaScript terminal. Okay, close, close. Okay, come speak to me afterwards because I have like tons more to show you and my time's up. But I want to just tell you three. Yeah, here it is. Three things that I've realized. Give, lean, and let. Give the same information in multiple ways to these multimodal models. They're multimodal, which means they can accept images, text, and it can combine them together. So when we send stuff to these models, we give them an image, we also give them the HTML of their previous creation, and we give them all the text that we can see on the canvas as well. Lean into the feedback loop of your tool. No more like one-shot AI. Like no more getting a response and that being the end. I think that's sad. So please, if you're building something with AI, let the user give feedback and let them have an active role. And let the model do what it wants. This is something that I've only been truly understanding more recently as we've been doing like more advanced things with autocomplete. Let me show you. So we've been experimenting with getting autocomplete to work on the canvas as well. And to get this to work, this is very odd, but we've really allowed the AI to work within the format that it wants, which sounds absolutely bonkers to me, even as I say that out loud. But look, there's this feedback loop going on. It might give me the wrong thing. It might get the size of this next text box wrong, but I'm able to like be an active participant in that. If any of this sounds interesting to you, come speak to me. I'm going to do over-the-shoulder demos downstairs, like starting from now until the end of the day. So thank you very much. And if there are any questions, do we have time for questions? Quick, you have to be really quick.
Could you get the user to write out, scan that, and then feed it into that?
Yes, and we saw people do that. Some people like snarkily responded to us with this stuff, sending us. I prefer to do it like this. And we're able to take that and put it on, and then work from that. Like I do a lot of planning on paper as well. Like paper's great. It's great that we can put these things together.
Can I slip in one more?
No.
Later, come speak to me after. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How much are the API costs?
Well, so vision is more expensive. Multimodal is more expensive, but it's going down all the time. But the bottleneck for us has been that these kinds of technologies are so early that it's the rate limits that are stopping us. So you could we would totally put this you could make a SaaS product with this as like a premium feature, and yeah, it's fine.
One more question.
Is there any way to run that multimodal locally, maybe for free?
Locally, yeah. Was the question? Is there a way to do this locally?
Yeah, I know that you can run tldraw locally. So
Yes.
could you run that AI part also locally? So save
Yes.
some money and experiment.
Yes, you can. We're now seeing multimodal technologies arrive on local models that you don't need to send off to a server. Like Llama 3 is like, I've been amazed with how well that's started to work. I think that's going to become more and more common. Like by using these online endpoints, we're kind of getting I think a sneak preview into what's going to be possible in the future. But local models, I feel like, are really going to come in a big way because there's no like initial latency even. When you send it off, it's the time to first token. If you have a powerful enough machine, and and if the model is quick enough, then that's getting really quick, like scarily quick.
Thank you.
Thank you.